bro. You can hold
Yo,
that.
what's good, guys? What's good? What's good, everybody? We're here. Vibes from the 6. You already know what it is. Today, we're going to be doing the Premier League predictions. We're going to be talking about the games. But first things first, we got to go through how everyone did last week. As you guys can see, I'm still in first place. Dabs has moved up from 6th all the way to 2nd. Mojo's dropped down. Alan's dropped down 1. Husam's dropped down 1. And AK is still holding that 6th spot. If you guys want to see how the predictions went, as you guys can see, Dabs went nuts and got 15 points somehow, which is a record on this show. No one has ever gotten 15 points. I got 14, so that's also a record. But also, it's the most games that we've ever had in one fixture list. So it makes sense that records are being broken here. Also, top 4, as you guys can see, Manchester United still holding on to that top 4 spot by 1 point. But the main talking point of this weekend is going to be Tottenham and everything going around with the Chelsea Liverpool final and just some predictions. Sorry that we're late, guys. There were just some misunderstandings about the time, but everyone's here now, and let's get this show started. How's everyone doing today, guys? How's everyone doing? Dabs?
Guys, sorry we're late. It's Patrick's fault. You get me. He was the reason we're late. We were all in the background, just sat here waiting for him, and he's the reason we're late.
You're doing me dirty. You're doing me dirty. That's good, people.
Get me? That's only reason. But listen, anyway, I just want to publicly thank as well, Patrick. Thanks so much. You get me for the win against Man City. Thanks
exactly.
So much.
Even though you insulted me on Terry's stream, called our team championship players.
I didn't insult you. I insulted your team. Massive difference. Massive difference. And hey, guess what? I was proven to be right. Championship players.
Man, we're gonna talk about that. It's disappointing, man.
Okay, so
and as well, I want to thank you guys for another thing. There's another thing I have to say. Thank you, Tottenham. Thank you for Luis Diaz as well. Honestly, thank you for putting in a bid. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Get out.
Because we wouldn't be winning this title without Diaz.
So listen, just return the favor and beat Chelsea for us. That's all I'm asking. Obviously,
we got you. Beat Chelsea, beat United, beat whoever. We got
exactly. Beat everyone. You got to beat. Have you got Arsenal again? I don't know if you got Arsenal again. You do, don't you?
Yes, sir. At the end.
Yeah. So beat them as well.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's been a massive week for everyone. But let's talk to AK. AK, how you feeling after that Champions League game?
Listen. Going to the Metropolitano, walking away with walking away with a 1-1 point. Walking away 1-1 is not a bad result. Listen, it's ours to lose now, man. We got to take it back home to Old Trafford and walk away with the 3 points. Nothing more, nothing less. A shocking performance, but yet again, Man United somehow managed to bust case with a shocking performance, but walking away with a result.
Is this a Head and Shoulders advert?
I was about to say, Igal, do we have a sponsor that we don't know about today? Is that why? What? Is there a sponsor we don't know about?
I'm just talking about the hairline. AK, let them see the hairline. 10 seconds.
He's hide his hairline, innit?
10 seconds.
Anyway, let me just say this, guys. We currently have 25 people in the chat. Just to let you guys know, the first show that we did on Sunday, massive support. One of the biggest shows that we've had on this Premier League predictions or talking about the games. We got over almost 2,700 people watch that show. Appreciate it. The love has been massive. Almost over 150 likes on that show, like 25 comments. If you guys could do me a favor, smash a like on this video right now. Share this in your group chats, in your WhatsApp groups, in your Twitter groups, all that. Let everyone know that we're live right now because you already know what it is. We are the best out here. We do it every single week. But yeah, just before we get any further, you already know what it is. We got a debutant making his debut. Patrick, here to talk about Tottenham, here to represent Tottenham, here to fight back, because we can't have people just sitting back.
All right, listen.
There's not much. Before you even go, man, get well soon to Alan as well, man. He's recovering quickly. Hopefully, he'll be back with us.
Yeah,
very, very soon.
Get well
if you guys don't know, Alan was in the hospital and he's now out. He's back home, but unfortunately, he couldn't make today's stream. Hopefully, he does get well very, very soon. We'll have him back on the stream very, very soon. Also,
and Jimmy Neutron, Alan. Jimmy Neutron, aka Mojo, will be joining us in a second as well. He'll be here.
Jimmy Neutron will be joining us. He didn't even want to talk about the cup final. He's like, why are we talking about it? It's nothing to do with Premier League. Anyways, it is everything to do with the Premier League. But yeah, Patrick, what are you saying, man?
Yes, what's happening, people? It's your boy, Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, you see the P. When you see the P, that represents T. Let's go! Let's go.
Yo, my guy turned into friggin' the second coming of fucking, what's his name? Uzin. What?
Let's go. But yeah, I can't. Hey, shades out and everything. Look at Usam. He's This is some
I'm just matching your energy. You get me? I'm just waiting for Mojo to come out with a DJ set and shit. Let's do this.
Okay, so yo, since we can't wait for Mojo, we're gonna. Oh, he's here. He's here. Mojo, what's good?
What's up, guys? My bad. It took me a while, man.
Jimmy, big up, Jimmy.
I'm gonna put him on this side next to Lacazette. But yeah, what are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Mojo, why didn't you want to talk about the Liverpool Chelsea game?
Bro, you have to understand, guys. I'm thinking this is just a Premier League prediction show, and you guys are doing a whole other mixtures in it. It's just my bad. It's a misunderstanding. I don't mind talking about it, bro, but it makes no sense for me to predict for a League Cup final game when we're talking just about Premier League usually.
I hear you, but you're gonna make
it excusing to me still.
It's football.
Yeah, no excuses.
I agree with Mojo, man. It sounds like your girl's planning is all over the place, man.
Okay, so just so you guys know,
AK, stop being an up for one day, man.
Okay, just so you guys know, the reason why we're talking about it is probably one of the biggest games that happening this week, right? Mm-hmm. And why are we going to do a Premier League prediction when we're not even going to talk about one of the biggest games going on with two of the biggest Premier League teams? Let's be honest.
Yeah. No. I had. Look, I never said I'm not here to discuss the game. Literally, if you reread my message, you'll see it. I'm happy to discuss the game. Making a prediction makes no sense. I don't know why you lot included it with the things that we usually do, because we never talk about Champions League. We never talk about anything else. We talk about Premier League, guys. So you lot are just changing the script on me. That's all it was.
I mean, it is an Arsenal channel, Mojo. We can't really speak about Champions League. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yo, shit. Until next year when we make it. You know, I forget, man.
Anyways, I digress. First topic that I wanted to discuss, obviously, was Antonio Conte and all the madness going on with Antonio Conte. But before, for anyone who's living under a rock that doesn't know what happened, Patrick, do you want to fill people in? Because Antonio Conte seemed to have lost his mind slightly after that loss against Burnley. You guys lost 1-0 against Burnley, and I've never seen the man come out in interviews so adamantly, like upset. He looked distraught. You guys broke the man. A couple of days ago, he was saying after you beat City, this team is so together. This is one of the best group of men I've ever had. Next couple of days, he's saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm not good enough. And to me, I don't know where you guys sit on this. I've spoken to some of you. Some of you are saying it's a winning mentality. Personally, I think Tottenham's an absolute mess. I think it has a lot to do with Daniel Levy and everything going on with Daniel Levy. But personally, I would blame this on two people. One, the players always getting managers to perform bad and them not being able to raise their levels. And also the ownership and the people running the club not recruiting well and constantly putting these managers in bad situations. Antonio Conte comes in with a big reputation, and now he looks like a shell of himself. Let's get into it. What are we saying,
Patrick? I told you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, okay, let's just calm down a bit and add some context to this whole situation and also some clarity. Yes, it was a bad loss. Yes, Burnley away is always a tough fixture. Losing 1-0, not creating enough chances, not having any cutting edge. It's never gonna, it wasn't a good game. Conte is an emotional guy. Gal, you saying that you've never seen this before. Conte is an emotional person. He's definitely had outbursts before. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He says it how it is. That's one of the reasons why we all love Conte. But obviously, in terms of sometimes a manager or a player towing that line of just pretty much having a standard script of what to say, Conte's never going to give you that, which is why we like him and why we love him. The team definitely. Hussam, when you said your stuff about championship players, obviously I agree to an extent that the team isn't good enough.
You didn't agree.
No, listen.
You wanted to fight me.
When you're telling me that every single player's championship, that's obviously a bit of a stretch. But yeah, the team isn't good enough. We're fighting for top 4, top 6, whatever. We're not going to get top 4 now. Hopefully we finish in the top 6, because at the end of the day, Tottenham should never not finish in the top 6. It's a travesty for Tottenham or Arsenal to be finishing 7th and 8th. So, bad result. Team's very inconsistent. A lot of new managers. At the end of the day, the team is where it is for a reason, isn't it? We've had Jose, Conte, and now Jose, Nuno, and now Conte. The reason why we've had all these managers because the team hasn't been performing at the level it's meant to be performing at. We're very inconsistent. We turn up one week and then obviously won't turn up another. Consistency is what's going to get any team the top 4. At the moment, Arsenal seem to have that consistency, which is really good for them. Hopefully, obviously, as a Tottenham fan and as an op, I hope that ends. And I hope you guys do hit a stumbling block. But at the moment, you seem to have that togetherness and just consistency, man. Even if the ball's ricocheting in, even if your back's against the wall, you're doing what you need to do, innit? So, yeah. And just before, obviously, you guys chip in, Antonio Conte is also accountable. Yes, he's a world-class manager. Yes, he is obviously a manager at the top of his game. But at the end of the day, you've got to use the tools at your disposal. If you're trying to play with swashbuckling wingbacks and your wingbacks are Sessegnon and flipping Emerson Royale, you're never going to get the quality going forward that you need from those guys. If you're looking at Liverpool...
Can you see that word one more time? Three times fast?
What, swashbuckling? If you look at the Liverpool model, yeah, where they've got a light wing backs like Trent and Robbo, who are also basically attackers, they're attacking wingers who can cross, they can take a man on, and they can obviously add to the attack. Our guys can't do that. So you're already losing two bodies there. You don't need to play 5 at the back against Burnley away. Burnley are always going to concede possession. Burnley are not a good enough team to be breaking us down. We don't need to play 5 at the back. We did that against Wolves. After 20 minutes, he realized he had made a mistake and he took off Sessegnon and obviously brought on an extra attacker. So Conte is accountable. He is making mistakes as well. I know he's learning on the game, but it's not good enough. If you need to, basically, you need to hit the ground running, innit? So there's a lot more I could say, but it's not. You can't just keep blaming the players. At the end of the day, the manager is here for a reason. He needs to.
You know what it is, though, Patrick?
Yeah.
If I feel like, first of all, I wish Alan was here today because it's very fitting. If you remember our Sunday show, just cast your mind back. Him and Igal had a whole back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Tottenham this, Arsenal this, Tottenham this. And 48 hours later, Antonio Conte is ready to walk out that team. But this is why I don't blame Antonio even the slightest, in my opinion, is because we're not privy to the information. We're not privy to what is actually happening in the background. This is where I feel like a lot of football fans jump to conclusions. For all we know, Antonio Conte could have asked for players in January, including a wing back, including this and that. And I understand the board in the sense that it's a January window and not a lot of business can get done normally in a January window. But if he's asked for certain positions and instead they've brought in what was literally voted as Juventus's worst player in 2021 and a man who hasn't been relevant in legitimately 2 years, and if these weren't his signings and these are something that Paratici has pushed upon him, Antonio Conte is going to be a man that reacts. He's the same that walked out of a league-winning side because they wanted to sell his star player. He's never been one to not have things his way if he's going to stay there. So this is why I understand why he's throwing this tantrum that he's throwing.
The key word though is if. You're saying if and then you're assuming. We don't know what's been. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't know.
Exactly. And that is my point. What I'm trying to say is we don't, and to the point where I'm saying the reason why he could be throwing these tantrums, or the reason why 1 week, again, first of all, the people that are saying, why wasn't he saying this after the City game? No manager on the planet is going to come out after beating City and say something negative about his team. It's never going to happen.
That's not true. Mikel Arteta came out after we beat Liverpool.
After your 1-0 halftime win. Yeah, listen, there's no manager that will come out after beating the best team in this country and say things negative about his team. At that moment, you're going to praise your players because they won on that day. Now, after this Burnley game, it is 100% true.
1 second. When we beat Liverpool at home, when you guys won the title, Mikel Arteta came out and said, this team is still not good enough. We're not ready to compete at the top level.
Yeah, but Liverpool didn't need to play that game. Liverpool didn't need to play.
I'm fighting a little bit with what AK is saying. And me and AK agree a lot on... Yeah, me and AK agree a lot on this Tottenham situation for one reason. We recognize it's a personnel problem. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
the players are just not good enough. Let's not sit here and do this whole Conte thing. You know what it is. You know how like Spurs have no direction. Big up my guy Akash as well. You know how I know that Spurs have no direction. They were linked to Adama Traore this January transfer window. They were linked to him under Nuno. They were linked to him under Mourinho. 3 different managers, but all of them linked to the same player. That makes no sense. Why? No. Why are you linked to the same player under 3 different managers who play 3 different styles? Patrick, let me just say
1 second, guys.
Let me finish. Thing is with Conte, look, you knew what he was getting. Now there's one thing that he said, even when people are emotional, you don't take everything they say, but there's one statement for me. He said over here in Tottenham, the managers change, but the players are still the same. And that was a very valid point. The players are mostly the same. Lloris, Dyer, blah, blah. Dele Alli, literally, they just got rid of him. Like, it's sort of the same players for like 5, 6, 7 years now. and you can't just keep playing the same players season in, season out. The players are just not good enough. I said this and I got laughed at. I said if Tottenham Hotspur don't make 5 signings by January 5th, they are not making top 4. And I recognize what's going on. It's simply a player's problem. And the player has to do with Levy and the recruitment and the ownership. It's not Conte. Because I'll use my own.
You know what it is as well, Hussam? Antonio, what's his name? Paratici needs to be held accountable as well.
Yes,
because I'll be real. What he's doing is money laundering, bro. He's gone back to his legit. He's gone back to his old club.
Allegedly,
took their surplus requirement and brought them into Tottenham. He's helping out his old buddies back in Turin to make some money and get out of debt, bro. He needs to be looked at as well because it's
That's
just
true.
not.
Let me just read this comment. My guy, how do you say that? Akash, when will we start reconsidering Spurs as a top 6 club? Honestly, I've been saying this for a while.
The same time, listen, can I just say...
I've been saying this for a while. Top 6 teams are top 6 teams because of income, not because of trophies, not because of success, not because of that. It's because of the brand and the income.
Fucking hell, brother. You've been trying to claim that for me.
Why are we talking so much shit? Like, come on, man. This is silly now.
You don't have to do that anymore, Gal. You're back there, bro. You don't have to cling on to that.
No. Let's be honest, though. Leicester were never going to get into the top 6, even though they've been more successful this decade than Tottenham.
Yes.
Yeah, but they've been more successful than you this decade as well.
That's not true.
I think we need a graph to show it.
4 major honors. If you count
4 FA Cups,
major honors.
4 FA Cups.
Can I just state the obvious here? Like, let's be frankly honest. Tottenham consistently we're finishing within top 6, and obviously in recent times they have obviously kind of gone down. But other than that, the reason why it's not being reconsidered is they have to finish outside the top 6 consistently before another team that is replacing them has to do that consistently.
Nice one.
And I think when I look at this Spurs situation, I look at it in 2 different ways. One, I'm sorry, Antonio Conte is not somebody I feel sorry for.
Yeah, right.
And I think you need to understand the club that you're signing for. And I think you need to understand the circumstances you're going into. He's gone into a season where the club was clearly underperforming, that the players weren't all of a sudden going to get all replaced, and he was going to get all the types of players that he wants. Realistically speaking, in January, I think Spurs did the best that they could with what they had opportunities to get. We all know January windows are not really the type of windows where you make an overhaul on a whole damn squad. It's where you can try and get in plays that maybe can make a difference for you. I think the players they've signed, in my opinion, anyone that wants to use them as an excuse and say they are bad players or money laundering or whatever that might be at this point, whether it's for banter or being real, I generally think they're good signings. I do think they're actually quite good players. And if you can get the best out of the rest of the team, because at the end of the day, for me, collectively, any team that wants to do well in the Premier League and have consistency, because I think the word consistency is going to come up quite a lot, whether that's you pushing for a title charge, you pushing for a top 4, whatever that might be, consistency is going to be the thing. And if your collective doesn't do consistently well together, unfortunately, you will drop off. That's why Manchester United struggles the way they do. They rely on individuals to be consistent.
Let me just jump in one. Let me just jump in.
I think they are. I think they're young players that can be. I think they're young players that can be.
Did you hear what was said about Kulusevski in Italy?
Bro,
I'll tell you the headline. You know the headline.
Sam.
Again.
Let me just say the headline word for word.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm telling you word for word. Juventus wanted to buy
player 2021.
Word for word. No. Juventus wanted to buy an ace of spades and ended up with a 2 of diamonds. That's literally the headline.
But this sounds like to me a Juventus that is clearly doing horribly bad and is using any chance to scapegoat the players as a reason for why they're underachieving. I am not doing that. This is a 21-year-old kid who is going to be 22 this year, who I think can still be molded into a good player. He's not he's not so bad to the point that he's unplayable. Because when we look at that Man City game, him and Bentancur did their part to help Tottenham beat Man City. But the fact of the matter is, what people like to do is when a team is fucking up, guys, instead of looking at the whole problem together and seeing what the issue is, what we start to do is we find pieces to blame. And the pieces to blame in this case is these youngsters.
Here's the situation at Tottenham. Let's be real, yeah. So I looked back at Tottenham over the last few years, and this is the conclusion. This is the conclusion I've come to. And if you think I'm wrong, Patrick, please stop me at any point. I think the long-term plan for Tottenham Football Club was to sell the club, and I think COVID ruined those plans for them. They're building the new stadium, bringing in a world-class manager in Jose Mourinho. It was just to make the product look pleasing so they can get rid of it. COVID comes in, and that is no longer an option. So their plan that they had the 5 years before that, their plan that Daniel Levy had 5 years before that to pretty up the club and move it on is now out the window. And I think since then, they have not sat down and come up with a new agenda or a new plan for the next 5 years. And they're just in this limbo stage.
Yeah.
And the worst thing you can do when you're in this limbo stage is bring in a manager like Antonio Conte, someone who is outspoken, someone who won't stand for the nonsense that is happening at football clubs. This is one of the reasons why I wanted him at United personally, because if Antonio Conte comes in, there's one or two things that happens. There's three scenarios that happen. One, he will succeed with your club and he will leave when he's ready to leave. Two, he will things will go absolutely nuts and he will expose those who are making those mistakes because he's not scared to come out there and name names and say who's in charge of the failure that's happening at football clubs. And the third option, which I wouldn't even mind, is he's successful and he still exposes the people who are bad at the football club, which is essentially what he did at Chelsea, because he was successful there, but by the time he was leaving, he was pointing fingers. Mojo, you know this. He was pointing fingers at everyone by the time he was walking out of Chelsea, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of your fans still are a bit hesitant.
When you speak, please give us a percentage. I want to hear Levy, players, Conte. Tell me what blame are you putting?
Just before he goes, can Dabs chime in quickly? Dabs, what do you got to say about this whole Conte situation, man?
Hold on. Let him talk as well first.
Yeah, I know, because you lot have not let him talk.
I've said it from pretty much.
So it's a bit crazy.
Dabs is doing something.
He's fixing his audio. He can't fix his airline though. But go on.
Sorry, now I was hearing myself.
Oh,
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Unfortunately.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I obviously, Conte is a world-class manager. I agree with what Mo was saying as well. I think it's the thing is, as football fans, and you guys love it, it's very reactionary. Something happens, is Conte going to walk? No, he's not going to walk. Come on, let's be real. He's at least going to see out the season. Do I know what's going to happen in the summer? No. Do I know? January is always going to be a tricky window. There's no way you're going to get 5 or 6 players in January. I think we did quite well considering no one else really did any business. Kulusevski is a good player. He's young. He's going to get better. Bentancur is a good player. We've seen that against Man City. We've seen that they can come in and make a difference. It's one game, but how long have they had at this club? They've just signed. You've got to give them time to bed in. What are they going to do in the space of? Do you know what I mean? Like it's so easy to write someone off. You've seen them in 2 or 3 games, and you're writing them off. That's crazy. They're both young. They're both talented. No, not you, but Hussam is. Hussam is writing them off, and that's mental. How can you do that after 2 or 3 games?
I think there's a difference between writing them off and saying that they might not impact you as much as you thought. Bringing them in this January, it's going to take them a while for them. It's just happened, and they have impacted games already, and they've been good. But obviously, you've got to, over the course of the season, the course of the rest of the season, we'll see exactly what happens. But for people to come out and say, "Oh, Kulusevski's a bum, he's this, he's that," give him a chance. Just because someone fails at a club, it doesn't mean they're a bad player. It happens. It's happened unanimously in history. Sometimes a club isn't right for a player. They can go somewhere else and ball out. But Conte obviously hasn't got the best players he's got to work with. He's an emotional guy. He come out with an outburst. It happens. Let's see what happens in it. Because, I don't think Tottenham are going to get in the top 4. But I still don't think Arsenal will either. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal still got to go to... Well, we're going to talk about Arsenal after, but just before we do
let's Patrick answer the question. What percentage blame would you give Levy, players, Conte? What percentage would you say?
Levy, probably about 80%. At the end of the day, he's been the chairman for 21 years. It's not been good enough. He's won 1 trophy. He's an awful chairman. I don't care about the business model and all of that. I only care about success. I've been Levy out for 5, 6, 7 years. Now, a lot of fans are starting to wake up and see he doesn't really care about the club. So he's definitely the guy that is pretty much the problem. The players, of course, have to be a huge part of that problem as well. So if we're talking percentage, I say 15, and I say Antonio Conte 5%.
Okay, you're being fair. Legal. I really want to. Here's the thing.
I'm going to keep it on Tottenham. I'm not changing the topic. But since we're discussing Tottenham, let's just do the Tottenham game versus Leeds now. So Leeds Tottenham.
Yeah, but I just want to say the thing on the Bentancur thing, just quickly, Igal. I won't be long. Thing is with Igal, wallahi, I have to say that. Here's the thing with Kulusevski and Bentancur, and AK was there on the space as well when we spoke to Mo, the Inter fan, and we spoke to Inter journalists and stuff, and we asked them about these two. One sec. We asked them about these two specific players. Juventus have been trying to offload Bentancur for 2 years. They've been trying to offload him for 2 years, and Kulusevski is one of their biggest flops. Like, they couldn't wait to get rid of him. As soon as Tottenham called, they were happy to let him go. Now, what I'm saying is, as Tottenham Hotspur in a top 4 race with a world-class manager and all the foundations for success, you don't go and buy Bentancur and Kulusevski to solve your problems.
So who do you buy right now in January? Who do you buy? Who do you go out and buy? Because there's not that many players. There's not that many options. That's the reality of the situation.
Virgil van Dijk was bought in January. Luis Suarez
what about the players you bought last January, though, Sam?
I know.
Who did you buy last summer?
No.
That's not realistic, Hussam.
No, he wasn't. Ruben Diaz. No. Ruben Diaz was bought in September, for starters. Ruben Diaz was last September, bruv. He came in September, just before the transfer window shut.
So which one? I think it was Laporte that was in January, no?
Laporte was January.
Yeah, because of injuries.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to buy players, Patrick, if you want to buy players, you can buy players. January, August.
Hold on. Sam, who did you buy last January, bro? Who did you buy last January?
You had an injury crisis. You bought in championship players.
If you want to, sometimes you have to be in. Come on, bro.
They literally bought championship players.
Exactly, literally. No, it is the point, Sam, because you can't be
consistent.
It's
the point, man. You can't move goalposts.
I criticize my football club as well, but my thing is, why are we looking? We shouldn't even be looking Conte's side, to be honest. The players are garbage, bro. That's just how it goes.
The one he inherited.
I stand by every word I'm saying. I stand by it. Out of 23 players, 15 are championship quality. I stand by
and you know what? They're facing a team that came up from the championship that has been doing well recently, Leeds. So let's talk about Leeds and let's talk about this Leeds game so we can move on.
Doing well recently? They conceded 6, but what are we talking about doing well?
I know.
What are we talking about? Whoa.
They lost to United. They lost to United.
You guys had enough of the segue.
That was one of the worst segues I have ever seen on
YouTube.
Hey, no, boys, he can save it. Just pull out a graph and everything will be fine, bruv.
Alan, 1 second. Alan, Alan's prediction for the score for this game is 2-1 to Tottenham. I personally think the fact that Antonio Conte went nuts the way he did, he is going to have these players going crazy versus Leeds. Leeds is the perfect team to play for Tottenham. At this moment in time, they can't break down teams, but Leeds are going to open up and give them the opportunity to counter them. So I think they're going to beat Tottenham are going to beat Leeds 3-1 in my opinion. Alan went 2-1. What about yourselves, Dad? What did you go with?
I think I went 3-1, right? I don't know. I'm just here for vibes, innit?
Who, Sam?
That's my line now, man.
I'm here for vibes and then ends up in first place.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for looking to the Hussam show. Welcome to the Hussam show.
Okay. Hussam also went
who's won 4.
Yeah, I went. Daps. He asked you already, innit? He's asking me.
Sorry. It's Sam show. Carry on, bro. Carry on.
Yeah. Let me respond. He said Hussam though. He said, didn't he say Hussam?
Okay,
thank you. We went 3-1. Anyway, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, I think Spurs are going to win this game by 3-1, despite having 15 championship players. Leeds will just open their legs. Listen, Leeds Football Club, I've had enough of Bielsa. I've fully had enough of this whole, they play for good football, let's all clap for them. I've had enough of it. Because how are you playing man marking against City, against Liverpool, against whoever they come up against? Like, you have Pascal Struijk running halfway across the pitch to catch Mane, and they're trying to run all the way back, and then you're getting counter-attacking opportunities. I fully think Tottenham Hotspur this game are going to win. I actually don't see any other outcome. Leeds could play their best and they're still losing because they're just simply not good enough. And if Leeds continue to plummet the way they're plummeting, they're not doing well, they're plummeting. If they continue, they could end up where Everton are, and we're going to have uncomfortable conversations about who's going to end up in the championship next season. So 3-1 to Spurs this game.
I want to thank Leeds because Leeds for a moment of 90 minutes made me forget how bad Manchester United are, and we looked fluent going forward. We looked incredible. So I actually appreciate Leeds because every time we play them, it gives me some hope, only for it to be gone a few days later. But I'm truly thankful to them. And Tottenham Hotspurs, I'm thankful to them as well, because in the space of 5 days, Tottenham Football Club have opened the top the title race up, because it is now a title race. There is 3 points between them, and they still need to play each other. They've opened the relegation race back up.
Why are you thanking them for that though?
I'm thanking them because they beat you.
No, but so who do you want? Just so I'm clear, who do you want to win this league?
Listen. I'm just saying, a title race is always better than City just running away with it, lads. I want to enjoy a race till the very end.
I hear you, but not when it's Liverpool.
I still believe.
Yo, guys, be nice. Tim is listening. He's
listen. It is what it is.
Tim, you know I love you, but you have to hold that.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Daps? It might be a race now, and Liverpool might be getting excited, but we all know what the end result is going to be. Liverpool have never ever won a two-horse title race.
People.
I just want top four.
Can I land what I'm saying, lads, please?
Yeah. Liverpool you're never making it out.
Liverpool have never ever won a two-horse race, so it might be a race, but we all know who's going to win the race at the end of the day.
First time for everything.
Top four.
So I do believe them.
First time for everything, AK.
I do thank Tottenham and Leeds, but
you've never taken your hoodie down. But if you get a good haircut, you might do it. You get me.
Oh my God! Why are you so triggered, bro? Let the guy finish.
Moving on.
Sam's taking all that airspace again.
Let's try to move.
It's impossible to get your points out when Mr. Superstar here wants to interrupt everyone.
Oh, here we go. No. I'm not gonna get violent.
Is this EGTV or is this Sam's? This is football, because I'm still.
Okay, here. Let me be quiet.
So, listen. I actually agree with Hussam though. I think what's happened in the media over the last couple of days is going to. It should, and if it doesn't, it will be very disappointing. It should spare these. It should spare these players on these Tottenham players.
Hey, I like that bar. I like that little line.
They should go out there and they should show that. Then even if it is directly against the manager, they should show him that they're not just a bunch of scums that he can treat the way he wants. Go out there, play football. You know what I'm saying? Show what you're actually capable of, and give the people a decision to make, whether it's his fault or whether it's your fault. So I think Tottenham will come out fired up and they will win 2-1. 2-0, sorry.
There you go. Mojo went 2-0, correct?
Yep, you're correct, man.
Do you have anything else to say, or you want to just keep it moving?
The only thing is, guys, as much as I want to really cuss out Leeds, like the injuries look bad, bro. Like the fact I'm looking at their first team lineups for games, and I'm just like, no Bamford, no Calvin Phillips, no Diego Llorente. This team is just getting killed off, man. And honestly, at this point, Leeds fans and the Leeds Football Club, don't drag yourself into a relegation battle, because somehow Burnley's winning games, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but we all know how I feel about Burnley. Let's carry on, man. Let's go to the next game.
Burnley's not getting relegated. I'll tell you that right now.
Hold on.
But yeah,
sorry, one thing. This is why I love Mo. Mo is just that guy who kicks back in the chair, yeah, and then just comes through and just spits some facts, and then says, "Carry on now." Like, that's it. I landed. Now go.
I hate Burnley, man.
Patrick, score prediction.
2-1 to Leeds.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna lose this game, man. I can just feel it. It's just we're going through a really bad patch. There's like a dark cloud over Tottenham at the moment. I honestly can't see us winning this game. I'm being serious.
Okay.
You know when you're just going through a rough patch and nothing's going right.
I hear you.
The shades.
I've been there last year.
The shades are on. So yeah, I honestly can't even gas and say to you, yeah, we're gonna come out. No, I don't feel it. So
okay, so this changes the whole top four race. Arsenal's spectacular comeback versus Wolves yesterday, and everything that happened yesterday. In comparison to what's going on at Tottenham, Manchester United look a breath of anything right at this moment. I'm very happy at this moment. I want to ask you guys: are Arsenal favorites to get top four? Be honest.
No, Man United are. Man United is still the favourites for me. The reason why I say it, and I'm not even trying to throw shade, you guys are in great form, but Man United have been there, done that, and they just know how to get the job done. And if you look at their squad, the players they've got there, those guys just know how to get across that line. So that's why I would say.
No,
I'm not. I'm being serious. I just think
you better start praying then.
You got Varane. You've got guys that are they've been there, done that. Pogba's been there and done that many a time, and so have most of the team. So you would like to think that they should be able to get across the line, and they're still. Man United is still fourth right now, right? Arsenal ain't fourth at the moment. So yeah, they got some games in hand, but Man United are 4th right now. So I'd say that they're still the favourites for me.
Okay, let's go to AK. AK, what are you saying? Man United still favourites?
Again, nothing changes. Manchester United is still going to shithouse top 4. I don't like this. This whole argument of games in hand is lovely. It's beautiful when it suits your football club. But the honest truth of it is, you look at the game in hands that you guys are going to have by the end of the weekend, Igal. It is Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham. I don't know if you can call those really games in hand. Those are games that you're going to have to go out there and win. Listen, I ain't got nothing.
Have you seen Manchester United's fixtures lately?
Again, it's each of us plays hard teams, Igal. There's no such thing as fixtural advantage here. It's just about who's going to remain more consistent. It's about who's going to remain more consistent, and it very well could be Arsenal. It's going to be way too close to call. It's about who's going to remain more consistent. It's going to be who's going to get most points at the moment. On last night's performance from Arsenal, boy, there's a few things. One, I don't really praise Arsenal players very, very often, but there is one Arsenal player that I have been praising for a long time, and Arsenal fans laugh at me when I praise him, and they all take the piss. Martin Odegaard is a phenomenal player. I told Arsenal fans in the summer that if you were to go for that bomb that's sitting in Leicester, you would be regretting it today. He was the better option for you guys, the cheaper option. Right? And I think he has the higher ceiling as well. So I think you guys made the right decision in that. And Pepe, man, that touch, turn, and shot it was good. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about Arsenal because I still have this feeling in my head that the inevitable will happen and they will fuck up. But at the same time, I'm not seeing the same signs that I normally see before they fuck up, if that makes sense. So I'm stuck in a bit of a limbo with Arsenal, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes. Last night's celebrations from Arsenal fans were incredible, and I loved it because every single game from this point on is an important game, whether you like it or not. Every game from this point on is a cup match for all of those teams competing for top 4. So it'll be too close to call, but we will see who gets it in the end.
I love the fact that I've been here for a couple of weeks now, and I've been saying it. I think Arsenal are the favorites. We control our own destiny realistically.
Why are you favorites? Sorry, sorry to interrupt.
The reason why we are favorites at this moment in time is because of the harmony in the team. The fact that even though we should not be winning some of these games, we're just pulling through and getting results. In our last 9 games, we've won 7 of them, drawn 1, and only lost to Man City. We're currently
big up Dizzy, man. Big up Dizzy in the comments.
Right? We've currently caught amazing form. The harmony in the squad is something that's crucial and is key to anything. If you guys take for granted the fact that every single player in that pitch is fighting to get the result, every single player is fighting to the final moment, and no one's dropping their heads, giving up anymore. Arsenal of old, a couple years ago, dropped points against Wolves at home. Arsenal of old, a couple years ago, do not go 7 out of their last 9 in wins. Arsenal of old do not put themselves in a driving position to capitalize on other teams dropping points. We tend to lose. And right now, mathematically, Arsenal are mathematically favorites. And in my personal opinion, at this moment in time, we are 50-50 with Manchester United at this moment in time, because Manchester United have the better quality, but we have everything else going for us.
But you've got to play Tottenham away. You've got to play Liverpool. You've got to play West Ham, and then you've got to play Man United.
Listen, West Ham, and
they still have Chelsea to go.
West Ham and Tottenham are hard games that we're gonna have to win. But the other games like Liverpool, Chelsea, those games are not as important, in my opinion.
What? Liverpool are fighting for the league. How is this not an important game?
Hold on. Let me tag me in.
As long as we pick up the points against the smaller teams. When it comes up to against Liverpool and Chelsea, we can afford to drop points against those teams. As long as
you can't afford.
No, you can. Sorry, that's what I've been saying. I've been saying this for a minute. Yeah, the thing is, Arsenal maybe haven't picked up points against the City, United, Liverpool. Sorry, not United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Yeah. But they've been picking up. They've been picking up points against the teams that they should be picking up points. Like, to be fair, they probably shouldn't have picked up 6 points against Wolves, but they did, right? But this is a thing when Tottenham have gone and been 1-0 up against Southampton, and that shouldn't be happening. Look, for me, it is now between United and Arsenal.
Dabs, what's going on with your mic?
No, it's me. I'm just thinking. To be frank with you, I can't call it because right now United's form is slightly getting better. it's however much I want to mock them, their form is slowly getting better.
Their form is not this good.
I said it was getting.
He's kind of graph, bro. This is technically a graph, man.
Hold on, bro. You know what? Here's a
he wanted to get something visual there, bro. Even though he told us already.
But no, again, right, cool. They've just drawn against Atletico, to be fair, in the Champions League. What were you doing on Tuesday or Wednesday night, bro? If you're going to do them
again, if you look at those teams,
we won a Premier League game, which they haven't.
But again, those are yeah, you're on a great run, but those are all games that you would expect to win. That's what I'm saying. When you've got to play all the big boys. Yeah, you beat West Ham 2-0. I'll give you that. But other than that, you would expect.
Do you expect to win 7 out of your last 9 in the Premier League? Come on.
Yeah, you should do. Yeah, why not? You're a top 4 team or a top 6 team that's going for top 4.
That's
you're only playing.
It's
not. It's not. It's got nothing to do with coming from me. I'm a football fan, and I'm giving you what it should be. You're playing 1 game a week. You've got no other distractions. Why should you not be picking up all those points?
Okay, let's just go to Mojo and Hussam before we end off this Arsenal topic. Mojo, what do you think?
Likes. Sorry, people, smash some likes.
I think what Patrick is saying is spot on. I'm looking at this Arsenal team and I don't know how, bro. Somehow they have put themselves in a position where they call themselves underdogs, but they still want to say they're favorites. And it's somehow like this fail-safe. Like if shit goes to wrong, then they at least have something to fall back on. I'm sorry, right? I'm looking at this club. And in the last 3 years, you've spent £371 million, right? The least you can fucking do for a team that isn't this year in any European competition is out of the freaking FA Cup that they love so much, out of the League Cup. The least you can freaking do is finish top 4, and you should be trying to get for that. Right now, you're on form, and in my opinion, if you do your damn job, bro, you're getting that top 4. In other words, only you guys fucking up can make you fail this top 4 business. So let's not talk about other teams' fixtures. Let's not talk about how other teams are performing. We know what the Premier League is like. But at the end of the day, what I'm not liking, I'll be very honest, is this whole idea of, we're underdogs. This is where we were last year. And you want to play that shit for me. But then at the same time, you want to tell me, oh, we are the form. Look at this. Look at that. Guys, just pick one and run with it, man. If you're favorites, speak like your favorite, speak with your chest, but don't try and sell me this underdog story because I'm not having it. There is no underdog, bro. Go do your business. Go finish that 4th spot. Go be in the Champions League where the big boys are, so you can at least have a conversation with us on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Because let's be frankly honest, Arsenal should be in the Champions League. It's the fact that your standards fell as a club. They should be as a club based on names.
No, they shouldn't, because the last time they were there, they embarrassed England in front of the rest of Europe.
Okay, I mean you can say that if you want.
My guy came back with another super chat saying how low the mighty Arsenal have fallen. Their fans are saying it's okay to drop points against Liverpool and Chelsea. How can you expect to be successful like this?
It's a great question.
I'm not saying dropping points against Liverpool and Chelsea is expected. I'm saying if we drop points against Liverpool or Chelsea, it does not change the top 4 race, in my opinion.
Egal, every game is a must-win from this point on.
It's so tight. It is so tight, and those you got.
I hear what you're saying though, Egal. Dropping points to City and Liverpool is not the worst thing in the world, because United still have to play City and Liverpool, and they could drop points to them. So I get the sentiment of what you're saying, but the narrative shouldn't be, oh, we can afford to drop points here or afford to drop points there. That should not be the energy.
I let Hussam end this topic off, and then we're gonna now start with the Carabao.
By the way, Bice is a bum if he's still listening. I don't know why he's begging for recognition in the.
Yo, go ahead, my guy. What are you saying?
I'm only speaking if I get asked to speak in it. Just so
you in the mood. I can tell you in the mood.
Don't get upset. When you guys let me speak, I'm gonna speak in it. So just you get me. The 2 worst hairlines on the panel. Don't get angry. Anyway, first of all,
next week cut yours off and let's see what's going on.
Show. You're not the superstar. Relax. Let me speak.
I know you are, bro. Come on.
So I'm not the superstar. Igal, this is my turn. Igal said it's your turn.
It's his turn.
So anyway. But first of all, big up to my guy Bice, obviously watching all the way from the US. Shout out to you, my guy. Big up everyone as well in the comment section. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Shout out to Akash as well, my guy. So all I want to say is this on this Arsenal thing. I've been saying for the longest, Arsenal are getting top 4. There is literally receipts of me saying this from time ago. I think Arsenal Football Club are gonna finish the job. I think they're gonna get top 4. The reason why what Akash said when he sent what he said, what I completely agree with, You, as Arsenal Football Club, you don't have to beat Chelsea. You don't have to beat Liverpool. You know what proof of what Igal is saying is correct? Look at West Ham. West Ham are beating the teams they're not supposed to beat, but losing and drawing to the teams they're supposed to beat. And look how they're ending up now. They've dropped off. If Arsenal beat everyone they're expected to beat, the people below them, like Tottenham, like Aston Villa, like whoever the hell they have till the end of the season, if they beat those teams, they make top 4. My prediction is Arsenal make top 4, and I stand by it. I think the game yesterday is going to give them much more momentum going forward into the race. And listen, Igal, it's okay. I'm telling you what's happening. It's always hopeless people who hate on hopeful people. You get me? So you have hope for the top 4. So then you have, certain fans of a certain white club that lost to Burnley coming here and telling you, oh, you're not going to get top 4, United will. So, just allow the hateful people, bro. You're getting top 4.
Is that hate on my opinion? Is that hate on my opinion?
Anyway, I'm done now. Igal, if you want to say anything, ask me. Okay, Igal, if you want me to speak, Igal, if you want me to speak, say who's some speak.
1 second.
I got the Carabao Cup final to talk
about. 1 second, guys. We got a Carabao Cup final to talk about. And just before we talk about the Carabao Cup final, I want everyone's predictions, but I also want to talk about 2 things.
How has it been 45 minutes, but we've only discussed one game? What the hell?
There's currently a war going
on.
There
are 2 celebrities on the thing.
1 second.
Okay?
There's currently a war going on.
You get me. Igal trying to speak.
Guys, let me land. There's currently a war going on between Ukraine and Russia, and this could impact Chelsea Football Club. They could be forced. Roman Abramovich could be forced to sell Chelsea. That could be one of that is one talking point that I've seen going around social media. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know if a government can tell somebody to sell their football club or seize Chelsea or do something like that. I don't think that's possible, but hey, that is a talking point coming at it before this game. Also, another talking point I'm hearing is that Kai Havertz is rumored to start and Lukaku is rumored to be on the bench again for Chelsea. So I want to touch on those 2 things, and then let's get on to who we think is going to win and who does this mean more to. The Tuchel-Klopp comparison has always been happening, and now they're going to be finally facing off. So there's just so many places to go with this. But I'm just going to start off. I think Liverpool are going to win this game. I think Chelsea are a good team, but they just don't have the clinical edge for me. I think Liverpool have that clinical edge. Defensively, Chelsea have been really good, but Liverpool also are really good defensively. I think Chelsea are going to win. Chelsea are going to just find a way to score, and then Liverpool are going to come back, blitz them with a couple goals. And I think it's going to be a very, very close game, but the end score will be very favorable to Liverpool. I'm going for 3-1. I think Lukaku is going to be on the bench. They're going to go with the same team they went with last time in the Champions League, where Havertz was starting up front. And with the whole Roman Abramovich thing, honestly, I just don't think it's going to affect anything. I think all this stuff is just rumors, talking points that they're trying to talk about. Roman's not going nowhere. Anyone who thinks Roman Abramovich is going to sell Chelsea because there's something going on, that's ridiculous. But he's not even, realistically, if you really think about it, he's not considered a Russian citizen. He's considered an Israeli citizen with his passport. So they can't really do nothing to him. But yeah, I'll let Mo go first as a Chelsea fan. What do you think about the 3 talking points?
And I'll be honest, I'm not really interested in commenting about the whole Roman situation, because at this point it feels like speculation and stuff being thrown everywhere. And I'd rather talk about facts when the facts are out. And at this moment in time, I don't think anything is going to change. I'll be very honest. And as for Chelsea in this moment in time, I think with the whole Lukaku situation, again, I'm somebody that just never likes scapegoating a player. I think, the whole interview that he did him no flipping favors. I think a lot of people just didn't want to let it go. And what it's done is it's put a spotlight on him, regardless of how this team performs. If he's on that pitch, he was always going to become the number 1 target as a scapegoat. And people can scapegoat him all they like. But at the end of the day, when I look at Chelsea, we've had an ongoing issue with getting the best out of our forwards. And it's been an ongoing issue that we've had for years. That is something I would like the club to solve. But I don't think it's something you solve just by simply changing the front line. I don't think you solve that by getting one individual in Lukaku and fix all of Chelsea's problem. The way I've always looked at it is a collective issue. Chelsea as a collective has to improve, and once we improve as a collective, we can do better up front and in front of the goal. Otherwise, I don't really care what anybody has to say about the whole Lukaku situation. I want the best team possible to start. Whoever is hungry and ready to win that game for us, that would be perfect for me. As for what I think about the game, I think Liverpool are favorites. I'm not going to deny it. They're in a better form than us. They've been performing well in games, whereas we have been very much affected and compromised by the plays that we've had. and available to us. And then unfortunately, in that regard, all I look at is results. And honestly speaking, as long as we're on the winning side, I couldn't care less. It's going to be a tight game, in my opinion. I think we're going to play to our strengths in terms of pressing, in terms of the defensive structure, etc. And I think we will be playing with a 3 at the back. We've got Reece back. I think we are getting Mason Mount back. These are all positives in terms of helping the team. Ziyech and Kovacic don't look injured, and they look like they are actually back in training already. So these are all positives going into the game. And I'd like to think that we can do something in the game if we play to our strengths and if we minimize the amount of errors we make in this game. Because I do think Liverpool, one thing I'll give them credit for more than any other team, they are flipping clinical in front of goal. And as long as we can minimize how much they get chances into our goal, the more likely it is that we maybe can get something out of it. So yeah, man, I respect whatever the game is. I think it's going to be a big game, and I'm looking forward to being there.
Okay.
You going, yeah? No.
Just before Hussam goes, I'm gonna let him go next. I just want to say this. I don't really believe any of these rumors that someone's gonna make Roman sell the club. I think that's BS in my opinion also. Anyways, Hussam, what were you gonna say?
I'm allowed to speak now?
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So I think going into this game, obviously, I just want to say a special message to Thomas Tuchel. Please start Lukaku. Please start Lukaku. If I see that lineup and Romelu Lukaku is starting, we are lifting the Carabao Cup. It's simple as. If he starts that game, we're winning, because Romelu Lukaku is exactly what Virgil van Dijk and whoever is playing with him, whether it's Matip or Konate, want to play against. They don't want to play against a tricky player like a Havertz or a fast-paced player, maybe like a Werner. If you play them against Lukaku, I think that's just their bread and butter. They'll just deal with that with ease. I think I'm confident going into this game. I really want us to win this game, and for the most part, for momentum, for the title race. That's what City did in 18-19, won the Carabao Cup and used it as momentum to push them to win the league. The other reason I want to win it as well is because Chelsea fans are the most obnoxious fans on God's green earth. There is not a worse fan base on God's green earth and a more obnoxious fan base. Tuchel is better than Klopp. Reece James is better than Trent. Thiago is better than Van Dijk. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's just, just obnoxious till the cows come home. So, I just hate Chelsea. I can't stand them. They're the worst club to play in a one-off game. If this was against any of the other bomb clubs, currently represented on the panel, I would be much more confident. But the problem is with Chelsea in a one-off game, they could just defend you to death and just not allow you to score. And obviously, Kepa post-girlfriend has been in sublime form as well. So I think it's different. It's different for.
Is that real? Is that a fact?
Yes, listen. Ever since he got his new girl, bro, things been different. Things been different. I don't know what it is. You get me? Maybe the paella is hitting different. You get me when she makes it. But he's actually not been a disgrace anymore. So I think with Kepa, because it's confirmed by Klopp that Kelleher's starting. So it's not Alisson. It's Kelleher, who's a very good keeper. So now it's sort of, because I saw Chelsea fans talking about this today, sort of to see whether what happens on the other side, whether they start Kepa as well. But I think Kepa is not a liability. I think lately he's been goalkeeping well. For me, I look at this game in two different ways in terms of predictions. If Lukaku starts, 3-1 Liverpool. If Lukaku doesn't start, 1-0 to Liverpool. That's my prediction.
Okay. Just getting everyone's thoughts. AK, you go first. What's your prediction?
So you know what it is?
Bottled it.
Liverpool. No, listen. Liverpool Football Club is a club that I don't like very much. You know what I'm saying? They have won one domestic trophy in the time of Jurgen Klopp, and I would appreciate it if it stayed that way. So come Sunday, I don't care what anyone says. If people say I'm being shameless or I'm being salty or whatnot, I'm a proper Chelsea come Sunday, man. I'll be singing the Kai Havertz songs. I'll be singing the Kepa Arrizabalaga songs. I'll be singing along to Thomas Tuchel songs, because the seeing Liverpool fans lose makes my week. It makes my day.
So blue's the color on Sunday.
So blue is the color. I don't know if football is the game, because they don't really play football out there. They do something else. But
we do what we like, man.
I still, again, they do what they like. Champions of Europe, you know what I'm saying? Champions of the world. Listen, I think Chelsea win 2-1. I think it's inevitable. Mo Salah gets a goal. I think in the first 20 minutes of pressure, Liverpool will get a goal. And then the floodgates will open, man. Come the second half, in my opinion, one of the best big game players that we have in this league. When all is at stake and the lights are on, he hasn't failed to deliver yet, man. The best in the world, Kai Havertz, is gonna step up and he's gonna slot home a penalty to make it 1-1. And then the man that Hissam hates the most, Romelu Lukaku, is gonna get the winner. It'll be 2-1 to Chelsea after
that'll be funny.
It'll be 2-1 after extra time.
We all know Lukaku.
AK, want to make a bet that Lukaku won't score?
Anyways,
if Hissam, I will make a bet with you live right now. I'll make a bet with you. If Lukaku plays,
I'll tell you the bet.
Listen, no, one second. I'll tell you the bet. One second.
No, I'm proposing it.
No, I'm gonna propose it. I'm gonna propose it.
Let me propose my bet.
You might be the man, but I'm proposing the bet, Hissam.
I'm not the man. I'm just a regular guy from the desert of Arabia. Let me tell you the bet. Let me tell you the bet.
If Romelu Lukaku,
let me tell you the bet. Akhi, 1 second, yeah, Habibi. This guy.
Go
how
on,
you telling me 1 second? To the bet I want to say. How are you telling me 1 second? I want to say the bet, Akhi. Anyway,
I want to add a stipulation.
This is the bet. This is the bet. This is a predictions show, AK.
Yeah.
This is how confident I am.
The best prediction show on YouTube, by the way.
100%. This is how confident I am Lukaku won't score against us. If Lukaku doesn't score, I will take all your points from this week and add them to my tally. Okay? If Lukaku does score, and you're right, you take all my points from the start of the predictions show till now. Deal?
No, that's
no. Igal, let it happen. Igal, don't
worry about it, man.
Igal, stay, be quiet, Igal. 1 second. There is one stipulation that I want to add, Hissam. Just one simple thing. Romelu Lukaku has to play more than 30 minutes of football. I don't know if he's going to start.
No.
If he doesn't start and he doesn't play, why am I losing my points for no reason?
That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me.
If Romelu Lukaku plays more than 30 minutes, forget even 30 minutes. If Romelu Lukaku plays more than 20 minutes of football, I guarantee you he gets a goal.
Okay.
And I'll be willing to take that bet.
Okay,
but the bet has to be something else besides
Igal, stay out of this.
Right now.
This is my way of getting back.
No, you have to do a forfeit. Forget about points. Do a forfeit.
Igal, don't worry about it, bro.
Hey,
this is the bet
let them say this between them, bro.
Yeah, khalas. Look, if AK this week...
Just to clarify, if Romelu Lukaku plays more than 20 minutes and he scores a goal, I get every single point you have from the beginning of this prediction show until now, including this week's points.
Yes.
If Romelu Lukaku does not score and he plays more than 20 minutes, you get my points tally from this week.
Yes.
Listen, Romelu Lukaku, £100 million will not disappoint, my guy. Shake on it. Spud me right now. Let's call it a deal. There we go.
Spud me.
There we go.
This is getting
deal done. Igal, this week, if Lukaku doesn't score and he plays more than 20 minutes, every point this hoodie-wearing bastard gets, I'm going to get this week. I'm going to get all his points. I mean, I'm going to be the kid that steals the lunch money because he thinks Lukaku's going to...
I just want to clarify something, yeah. The bet has now been made. You guys are my witnesses. It cannot change. Nothing can be done about it. Am I right, Sam?
Okay.
No problem.
I'm so happy. I am so happy we have a whole list of predictions to still go because a lot of my predictions have just changed, my guy.
Akash said the only player that concerns me for real, the final is Conte. And I completely understand that. Conte is a big game player. Yo, Patrick, what's your prediction for the game?
Hi, Patrick. You right there, yeah?
yeah, I'm good. How you doing, Daps? You all right, yeah?
Not bad.
Sorry, Patrick, this has turned into the Daps show. My apologies. On behalf of the 5 fans, my apologies.
You're next because your team's coming up next. You're saving Manchester United for last.
Apologies, Patrick.
Go ahead, Patrick.
It's tough out here, man. It's tough out here. But I think Liverpool win it, I just think Chelsea obviously are a quality team, but I think Liverpool going forward have just got too much for them. And obviously Diaz coming in is a big addition. I know Bobby's out, but I don't think you guys will miss Firmino that much.
Firmino.
It's quite funny because there's been this poll going out this week about who's the better centre-back this season, Thiago Silva or Virgil van Dijk. I'm thinking, how can you even question that? There's no, come on, man. Van Dijk's pisses all over Thiago Silva right now. But anyway, it's going to be interesting to see them going back and forth against each other. Yeah, don't say nothing. Let me land.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kai Havertz has been looking good in recent weeks. I don't think Lukaku will start. Havertz will have to start in this game. But yeah, I just think Liverpool got too much for Chelsea. I think it'll be tight, but I think Liverpool will do them 2-0.
There you go. Dabs, just before we go to the Man City game. Dabs.
Don't do this again, Dabs.
Dabs, talk to me, bro. What are you saying? Chelsea, Liverpool?
And nothing but a Liverpool win. Sorry, 4-1 Liverpool.
Oh, 4-1, jeez.
Keeping it very short and sweet, to the point, very simple. My guy. Just before we move on, Everton play Manchester City. Are you concerned at all? Or you think this is going to be an easy game?
Who was that? Who was that laughing just then?
That was me laughing. You have a problem?
Huh?
Are you concerned at all?
That was me laughing, I said.
And then did you say problem?
Yes. Yes, that was me laughing.
All right, cool. Yeah,
No
2-2. 2-2.
2-2. No. What?
Desmond.
A draw.
This Daps guy, I swear. Like,
what's he doing?
Have you predicted Man City to win one game this season so far?
I don't believe I have, no, to be fair. Yeah.
What's Dabs doing, bro? What's going on?
Okay.
I'm looking after my mental health. That's what I'm doing.
Listen,
Okay.
in case you didn't know, this is Dabs who's watched more games in Main Road than he has at the Etihad. And, he feels like a spoiled brat. So now he's thinking about the days of League 2 and League 1 and all the shit he's been through. So now he's, doing a whole I'm humble thing right now. But yeah.
Guys, Dabs predicted...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my life coach, Sam.
Dabs predicted...
DM me for details. You get me. PayPal only. I'm in a third world country. I don't have cash app.
Are you serious?
Sorry, Igal, go for it. Igal, go for it.
Oh my God.
He has got OnlyFans though. He has got OnlyFans though.
Let me rein it back. Manchester City, the predictions go as follow. Alan went for Man City to slap Everton 3-0. I went for Man City to slap Everton 3-0. We got AK also went for Man City to slap Everton. Mojo went for to slap Everton. Husam went for them to slap Everton. And Dabs went for a 2-2 draw. What the hell is going on?
Yep.
Listen, I don't know why you lot question Daps' City takes, because he said it perfectly last time. He said he does not want to give people receipts and he's protecting his mental health. And I admire that. If he wants to predict a Desmond for every game from now until the end of the season, let him do it.
No, but he predicted them to beat Brentford and Norwich.
Oh, there might be some, there might be some teams, but you know what? Right. So the last title race, I work with a Liverpool fan, and for the last 10 games, right, me and him bet against. So I'd bet that City would lose, and he would bet that Liverpool would lose. Yeah. So that if they did lose, at least we'd have something to smile about, like that. And for the last 10 games, both of us did it. Obviously, I ended up coming out on top and he didn't, but yeah.
No, but you lost money.
Oh, bruv, but we won the league. My mental health was intact. Fuck the money.
I love it.
Okay. Just moving on quickly.
I just want to say one thing on Everton, Igal. Everton would happily get relegated to lose this game. You don't understand the hatred. And I showed AK screenshots. Everton Twitter right now are up in arms agreeing that they want to lose this game. So there is no hope whatsoever that Everton win this. Last time this happened, Igal, when we were in a title race, Everton fans celebrated Manchester City scoring goals against them. Shame. There is literally live evidence of this. This is what happened.
I used to do
that. They
hate
hate Liverpool more. They hate Liverpool more than they love Everton. This game there is no hope whatsoever that Michael Keane and Doucouré and fucking the Boohoo model up top are gonna do anything against City.
Oh, you know what? I just realized as well. Their manager is a Manchester City legend as well. So he's gonna.
100%.
There's a couple games left. So what I'm gonna do is this is gonna be a speed round. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mention a name of a game, and you tell me if you want to speak about it or if you want to pass or you want to speak about it. The first game, Crystal Palace Burnley. Anybody want to speak about this game?
Pass.
I'll just say my usual thing. I hate Burnley. I hope Crystal Palace win, and I think Crystal Palace will. Simple.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
So I'll let you know. I went with a draw. Dabs went with the 2-1 win. Husam went with a draw. Alan went with a Palace win. Mojo went with a Palace win. AK went with a Palace win. Right? Now, moving on to the next game, which is Brentford Newcastle. What are we saying? Brentford Newcastle. You want to pass? Or you want to go for Newcastle?
Where is that game going? I don't even know what I predicted for that game.
It's at Brentford. I think I went 2-1 Newcastle, right?
I did. I went
2-1 Newcastle.
Yeah, I went 2-1 Newcastle as well.
There you go.
This is an
quite a hard one.
I went with what do you call it? What was it? Where is it? Newcastle. Where the hell did I put it?
You went 3-0 Brentford, Igal.
I went 2-1 Newcastle.
You just changed it.
No. I did not go 3-1 Brentford. I went 2-1 Newcastle the whole time.
We'll find out. We're gonna check in a minute.
Okay, this one here is a big one. This is deciding who gets into Europe. West Ham versus Wolves. What are we saying?
2-2.
This is gonna be the stinkiest game all week.
1-1.
Yeah, this is gonna be the most boring game.
Yeah,
you get
1-1.
I agree. I think it will be a boring ass game, but I still think Wolves will come out on top. You know what it is? Wolves struggle to put the ball in the back of the net, man. They have all these talented players. Their build-up play is incredible. The way they bring the ball all the way up to the goal line is brilliant. But once they get near the goal line, they just seem to forget how to put it in the back of the net.
This is a European decider.
West Ham is dead. Let's be real. I don't care what anyone says. They can have whoever they want. They are dead. I still think Wolves win 2-1 personally. But I hear the 1-1 shouts.
I've been saying it for a minute about West Ham. Around like December, I started clocking them just dropping points when they shouldn't be dropping points, and we all knew it. Their squad, they were overperforming massively, especially for their squad. And
Have they played in the Europa League yet?
No, they've got a tough game.
They've got a tough game. Yeah, they got a very tough game.
I think they drew Red Star Belgrade, if I am not mistaken.
No, they drew Sevilla or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, Sevilla.
I hope West Ham.
Best of luck to West Ham, because I do need them to win the Europa League, because that will guarantee that Barcelona cannot win it. So fuck Barcelona.
Where's that come from?
Why don't you just hope Napoli?
They're in Europa League, bro. Let them suffer there, bro.
Because they've already
Napoli went through them already.
They already destroyed Napoli.
Yeah, Barcelona won 4-1. No.
Oh, yeah. I tripped. My bad.
If you're watching this, smash a like, please, people.
I was watching the Arsenal game. So just to let everyone know, this is actually crazy. Everybody went with the draw except for one person, AK.
And again, I know this week I look like, I'm saying, the guy at the bottom of the table. I'm just here for vibes. But that 3 points that I'm going to get from the scoreline, the 3 points I get from this game is going to propel me back up that table, man.
Or it could go to Hussam.
What did Hussam predict?
No, I mean, he'll take your points.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not. You know what? I just realized by the end of the game week, I'm going to be top of the table because I'm going to have 20
You're going to be bottom with 0 points, bro.
I'm going to have 20 extra points to my name. So let's go.
No, that bet was mental.
Moving on, guys. The final game before the...
I can't believe I put all my points on Lukaku. That is horrendous.
You didn't. You put your weeks. I put my whole points on the table because I know small game Rom is not scoring. You get me?
Okay, guys. Now moving on to Southampton Norwich.
Antonio Conte is going to be in the stands.
Easy game. Southampton win. We keep it moving, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Southampton win. Yes.
Southampton win. No question about it. Okay. Now moving on to the next game. Burnley, Leicester. I think Burnley's better than Leicester this season. Even though they're at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, I slightly think Burnley pick up some
You're
points.
high, blood. What are you
smoking? No, Egal, how did it get there? Well, I'm confused.
No.
Burnley are on the relegation zone,
Where did that come from?
This is factually not correct.
Listen,
you can't say this year. You have to kind of say over the last 3 games or something.
Listen to me. Since Weghorst has come in, they look like a better team. They beat Tottenham. They've been winning games. And even though they're at the bottom of the table, they have so many games in hand, they could end up finishing mid-table.
Who?
Burnley
mid-table.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Why you
Sean Dyche would bite your hand off right now for 17.
Surely. Igal would not be saying this unless he has a graph to
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
There is no graph.
There's a graph. Igal's about to load it up.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, relax. Understand. With 23 games played, right? They have 3 games in hand. They have 3 games in hand, right? On Crystal Palace, who's currently on 29 points. If they win their 3 games in hand, they are not only out of the relegation zone, they jump to 9th. They jump to 11th. So they could easily go from where they are right now in 18th to all the way to 11th. this Burnley team, even though we don't like Burnley and we constantly talk about Burnley, yes, they've had a tough route. They've come out of it. They're going to play Crystal Palace. They're going to play Leicester. If they win these 2 games, at the end of the week, they could be mid-table again.
Igal, I hear
Burnley.
you.
I hope.
I hear you. Like I actually hear you.
But we don't want to hear it.
He would bite your hand off for 17th right now, literally. For 17th, he would bite your hand off.
Sorry, someone just jumped out at me. Can I ask you, have you done that on purpose?
No, wallahi, I haven't.
Patrick, look above you. Look above you.
Oh yeah, like is that thing.
Oh no!
Patrick's too busy on Tinder right now.
Switch me back, man.
Okay, I'll
got Lacazette just above it.
That's Patrick is busy. Patrick is busy on Tinder right now.
Lacazette's head is just
Tinder. That's so random.
Patrick, did she swipe left or did she swipe right? What happened?
No, Patrick,
Okay,
Conte's trying to sniff Patrick now.
Final topic of the day: Watford versus Manchester United, and I want to talk about Rashford, specifically Rashford. What the hell has happened to Rashford's form? He has completely disappeared as a footballer. He's distracted. Man is talking about wanting to be a poet if he was, or supply teacher if he wasn't a footballer. What the hell is going on?
What the fuck is a supply teacher?
Basically,
I don't know.
a substitute teacher steps in.
Man didn't even say he wants to be a teacher. He said he wants to be a substitute teacher.
That's random.
What the hell is going on with Rashford, bro?
That is random.
Who said that?
Rashford. No, he said it. What the fuck?
Rashford himself said that?
No,
he wants to be a substitute teacher.
So do I. Fuck it. Why
Was
not?
this a Q&A or something? I'm confused.
Did I miss that? Did I miss an interview or something?
Because I'm confused. Where did he say this ago?
Was this an Igal joke?
I think it might have been you.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm confused. I'm like, why would he say this?
Rashford, in a recent interview, said, if I was not a footballer, I would be a substitute teacher or an author or something like that.
Sounds like some Ollie vibes.
He can definitely be an author, 100%. But now the substitute teacher is different, though. Like,
oh, I know. There must be a reason for it, but...
Yeah, Igal, you have to find it. You have to let the people know.
To find it.
Listen, the thing is with Rashford, yeah, let's be honest. His form is... How long has his form been bad? It's been bad all season for starters. It hasn't been good.
3 years,
at all. Yeah, but it could go back further. But the thing is, yeah, if he's not scoring goals, he offers absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch. Like the other day, he had the ball and Ty and that lot were here and he had a very simple pass. And they were like, no. I was like, yeah, but that's not what he does. Like, are you expecting him to make that simple? That's not what Rashford does. Like, I thought, I'll be honest, I'll be 100, yeah. I've never rated him. No. Honestly, I feel like from the beginning, he has got this United younger hype from the beginning. Like, big time, big time. I mean, I could be biased, but I don't think I am.
Go on, Mojo.
Yeah, I feel bad in terms of like when he broke through. I think for me, like with Louis van Gaal, I was just like, damn, like this kid looks quite promising. I didn't hear of him before that, and all of a sudden, like he was on the scene, he was scoring goals, and he looked like a player that could become something if he was developed correctly. I think Man United have just done a horrendous job when it comes to getting coaches that are actually good at developing players. And he's not the only one. Rashford just happens to be one of the guys that gets the brunt end of it because obviously he's like, you know, his influence in terms of outside of football has been actually extraordinary and he's done amazing things. But because now he's so vocal and wants to do stuff, the amount of people that go in his case about whatever he says is just now flipping crazy. But I look at it and I just think, like, when I look at Man United have done a horrendous job, just like Chelsea Football Club, where we're doing a terrible job at developing players. And in my opinion, it's always somehow the players' fault. But I'm like, what about the club? Why are these clubs not developing these players or surrounding them with coaches that actually know what the hell they're doing? Because to me, they've made them become a player in the last 3 years. I've watched him become a player that is very good in transition and always is getting the ball into space with a cross and nothing else. But I'm like, when I used to watch him at the beginning, I thought he was actually somebody that is good on the ball and could develop to be a quality player. But suddenly now he's become this version of this player that I can't recognize it. And I don't blame him fully. I blame everything that's happened around him. It's not cool.
Mo, can I just say one thing? One thing you just said there. I'll be 100. Look, I will always say I watch City. I watch a lot of City. I'm not going to claim I watch any other team week in, week out, right? But when you just said that, when you saw him at the beginning, you thought he had more potential and that some of that's been sucked out of him, yeah? Is that a thing of the people he's got around him? Because I honestly believe like there's players at City that develop and play. Like there's a reason why Pep says to Foden, says to McAtee, no, you stay and you stay around this squad to develop. And I feel like at United, they haven't really had like, all right, they've got Edison and Cavani in now, but for a while they had no striker that the youngers could look to. Like it's not Marshall. They can't look to Marshall for Marshall to teach.
No, but that's we cannot at the same time absolve Rashford of any of the blame. We cannot.
I never said that. I never said that. I never said that.
You do need people around you.
I'm saying Man United needs to be held accountable.
Mojo is making a very valid point that he's played under 4 different managers, which is 100% valid. And obviously that's saying maybe the support system around him as well. And listen, we can come on here and we can say multiple different things. The manager, maybe they should have loaned him out. Maybe played him in a different position, different stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I just think Rashford needs to take accountability himself, because you need to develop yourself and become that next level player. Like I think if he worked on his game, stay late in training, whatever it is, work on yourself, and you can eventually do what you're meant to do. Now the problem is, if I showed any of you a clip of Marcus Rashford from 2017 and I told you it happened this season, no one would question it, because I fully believe this is what happened to this man. Rashford, he came up and then he went like this, and then it just it's literally like a plateau. Like he just went up a little bit and then he's just plateaued. Like it's just same level for the last 3-4 years. You're not seeing anything new, bro. You have players, and I don't want to use my player, but I will. You have players like Mo Salah, for example, who's went even at 29 years old, worked on his playmaking, worked on his dribbling, worked on all these different things, and now you're seeing a different version of him that does reverse passes. You're seeing a different version of him that could dribble past 1-2 players and cross the ball in with the sweet foot or with the outside of the boot. So he's worked
who's
on
that, sorry?
himself.
Who are you talking about?
That he's worked on himself.
Your name is Egraph.
Now the problem is with Marcus Rashford is I just don't think he's worked on himself enough. I'll be real. I don't think he's even tried to develop his own game enough, and that's the issue for me. Because me personally, as much as I'm hearing what both Mojo and Dabs are saying, I'm fully hearing it. I'm not pushing it to the side. But if I see you 4 years later and I'm seeing the same player I saw from 4 years, I'm gonna hold you accountable.
I do hear you. I do hear you on that.
But this is the thing, yeah. You see, Marcus Rashford. Last season, there was a lot of excuses for him. And the excuse was he was injured, he was this, he was that. And I was one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he did have a shoulder injury. He did have an ankle injury and whatnot. And he still put up the output of alongside some of the top wingers on the planet. Maybe not alongside the best, but still, for a man who was suffering through that much, he still put down a lot of output. And the one thing about Marcus Rashford is he's always been an impact player. He's a player that you can bring on, and even if he's having a bad game, he can make something happen. Now, he goes out in the summer, and this is the first time when I stopped feeling sorry for Marcus Rashford, is when he openly admitted before the Euros that he had an injury that he needed to get operated on. And then a week later, I'm seeing him on the plane going to the Euros, or wherever it was. I see him at the camp, and I'm thinking, like, what? You just told us that you had injuries that needed to have surgery done on them, and now all of a sudden you want to go play more football at the Euros. I understand you want to represent your country, but the superhero mentality is going to be the end of you. Then after the Euros, he goes and has his surgeries done, and whoever that doctor is that did the surgery needs to be investigated, because I don't know whether they did surgery on his shoulder or on his brain, because he's come back with half the IQ that he had before he left. He can't make simple decisions. He's always had that in his game, but I think we're seeing it now more than ever. He will have the simplest decision to make and he messes it up somehow. I don't think technically he's that good of a footballer. I think he relies on his pace, and he's just that pure outburst that he has to get into good positions to score goals and get assists. But he hasn't been able to do that. So I could sit here and bash him all day, but I'm not. Instead, I'm gonna say Marcus Rashford is still not 100% there. I don't think he will ever be the player that United fans said he would be at one point.
I don't think he enjoys football anymore.
I don't think United fans will be the player that we thought he would be one day, but I still think he could be a good use to Manchester United. So I'm gonna wait on the Marcus Rashford slander for a little bit longer.
Okay, I'm just gonna bring everybody back, guys. Score predictions, and then we're wrapping up here. Manchester United, Watford, the final prediction of the day. I'll tell you guys what Alan went with and what I went with. But my whole take on the Marcus Rashford thing, I think he's more busy with being a politician than he is an actual footballer at this time.
I don't think so anymore.
This is what we're not gonna do. No.
Let me see my point. Let me see my point.
No. I don't care where you're going.
Great what he's doing.
We're not gonna
do using his platform to actually.
What we're not gonna do is come on here and
let me get my point across. You
don't
know where I'm going.
not. The fact that you had to bring it up in that sense tells me where you're going with it. We're not going to come out here and use that as a negative as to why he's not performing on the pitch.
Let me finish my point.
Don't do that, because that's going to annoy me. Don't do that, please.
I got it wrong. It wasn't the substitute teacher. I think I read it somewhere where they were saying he wanted to either be in politics or become a teacher. Right? Or
that's mad different to being a supply teacher. You know?
So I don't know where the substitute teacher came from. I think that might have been a joke or something that someone put on Twitter and got 100 likes or something like that, and I just believed it. But that was the report, that he wanted to be either a substitute teacher. He wanted to be a teacher or a politician. Right now, what he's doing is he's doing what he wanted to do. He's bringing change. He's making things. He's making a difference. And as much as some people would say it's a distraction, he's doing a good thing. But my main point, as a footballer, he has not developed because of Manchester United's lack of development and good coaching, in my opinion. Yeah, I blame a majority on Manchester United.
Let's just blame their board and move on.
The player himself is a good player. I think Manchester United are going to win against Watford, and Alan also went with a win. I went with a 1-0. Alan went with 2-0. But yeah, I'm going to go to Hussam first. Hussam, what do you think is going to happen against Watford?
What's he going to do? He's going to do something funny, isn't he? I can tell already. God.
Watford 1. Manchester United 1. It's going to end in a draw. You get me? Another draw for Manchester United. I just don't think Man United have the facilities anymore. Let me just say this on Ronaldo.
Literally.
Yeah, let me just say this on Ronaldo. I've actually, the Atletico game made me rethink this whole Ronaldo thing. And I feel like with new evidence, you could change your mind. I was like blaming Ronaldo a lot. But there was a clip going around, and I saw it in game, where there were like 3 crosses in a row that hit Atletico players. I don't know if you guys saw that clip, where Ronaldo was waiting in the middle, and then first cross, first man clearance, second cross, first man clearance, third cross, and he actually, from a like a striker's perspective, positionally, is in the correct place all 3 times. But their crossing ability is basically dog shit. So he just sat there and he's frustrated, and I think look, Ronaldo is part of the problem, but he isn't the problem. There's way many, he probably is maybe 7th, 8th, if I were to list the problems at Man United right now. So I'm going to say board, I'm going to say manager, I'm going to say players, I'm going to say, structure, blah, blah. I'll say different things before I say Ronaldo.
Stuff.
I'll just say different things. But with Man United, I think Watford, this is the exact game where United drop points, and this is why for me they won't make top 4. They're inconsistent. This is the games they draw that they should be winning, and I think this is going to be one of them. The same what we saw against Burnley, where they drew, against Villa, where they drew, against the Wolves they lost. So there even could be a chance Watford win, but I'm actually
Watford win last time, or was it a draw?
I'm going for a draw, 1-1. Yep, they did win 4-1.
No, Watford won last time, yeah.
4-1.
4-1. Oh yeah, last time, yeah.
You right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Patrick, did she swipe left or did she swipe right?
Let me just say this. Sorry, guys, in the comment section, I haven't been really looking at it too much. What they say?
Super
swipe.
Super swipe,
Imagine paying for fucking Tinder. That's mad.
Listen, I don't have Tinder. You get me? Tinder runs different around here, boy.
Anyways, guys, Manchester United predictions. Mo, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Man United shit house. 3-1 to Man United, man. Watford are a dead club at this point to me. And yeah, I hope they get relegated. I'm not going to keep it simple, man. I'm not going to keep this long.
Yeah, I would take Sarr as like a backup. He's really good. What are you saying, Dabs?
Did I put down 3-1 United? I think I did.
3-1.
I think it's 3-1 United.
Okay.
Daps, do you not understand the concept of the show, Daps?
Yeah, giving you predictions, mate. That's why I got 15 points last week. What are you saying?
He's right. He's right. Yeah, and 6 of those points were the 2 Arsenal wins, unlike some of you guys.
Fab, you're so fucking shameless, Gal. You had to get that in there, didn't you?
Anyways, what are you saying? What are you saying, Patrick?
Yeah, funny enough, even before the boy said it, 3-1 United. 3-1
There
United.
you go.
Do you understand? Do you understand the concept of this bit, bro?
We're gonna wrap things up. You guys already know what it is. You know how we wrap things up over here.
Let's just not ask the United fan what his prediction is for his own football.
Anyways, there's one way to end it. Husam, AK,
wait,
you guys do the audio.
No, fuck
wait.
Hey, gone.
Yo, hey, Gal, you forgot to ask AK. What the fuck?
See you guys next week. See you guys next week.
AK, I'm joking. Relax,
bro.
AK, come back.
AK, relax.
You gave your whole monologue on Rashford. I thought you gave your...
End the show, man.
Give your predictions on the game.
Oh, AK, you see how it feels now?
AK, come on, man.
End the show, Igal, man. End the show. 6-0
No, I'm not ending it.
6-0 to Watford. End the show, man.
No, what the fuck?
God, that is not accurate.
Friends.
He actually put 2-0 to Manchester United, but why?
Come on, man. It's time for revenge. Man United.
Oh, listen. That was unnecessary, Igal.
I'm sorry.
I think we're still...
Hold that!
No, I think we'll still shit has a 2-0 win. Watford, what they did to us last time was unacceptable. No way they're gonna.
No, it was acceptable. It was acceptable to be fair.
No way they're gonna come. No way they're gonna grab.
Daps, let him speak, man.
There is no way.
You should thank them for getting Oli sacked.
There is no way Watford will do a double over Manchester United. If it does happen, then boy, you will never ever catch me on the internet again. Full stop.
Somebody clip this up if it happens. Clip
bro,
it up.
It is impossible. There's no way they beat us 4-1 at their yard, and then they come to Old Trafford, and then they beat us again. It's just not gonna happen. Let's just, you know what I'm saying, let's not even entertain that stupidity. United should win 2-0. But knowing United will probably concede a goal, so I said 2-0 or 2-1, but I went with 2-0.
My flag's bigger.
How much did you pay for that? How much did you pay for that mug? How much did you pay for that mug, girl? £61.
I got 2 of them for like £8.
Proper mug.
Lie, man.
Yo, do you have any Chelsea stuff? No?
Yalla.
Mojo, you have any Chelsea stuff in your room?
What, me?
Yeah.
He is Chelsea.
I've got like the shirts and stuff, but that's about it, bro. There's nothing else really.
Pretty normal to have in your bedroom.
Patrick, do you have anything Tottenham related next to you right now?
Nah.
A bottle of water or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, yo, guys, take it away. AK, Usam, you guys do the outro. What are you guys saying?
Yalla. See you guys next week, man. Big up. Make sure you like, subscribe. Right now.
Sunday.
Look at the moves. Look at the moves. Look at the moves. Bam, bam.
You guys
bam,
Sunday,
bam,
man.
bam, bam. Hey.
Wait. What the fuck?
Look at him.
Dear.
Get it? Okay. He's not done.